In today's video, I'll be giving my personal review on The Gray Man. The movie is starring Ryan Gosling. To be honest with you, the only reason why I even watched the movie is because of Chris Evans. I'm a big Marvel fan. I've watched all of the MCU movies so far. When I saw him, I thought he was gonna play the main character. I thought he was gonna be the hero in the movie. And turns out, you know, he's the exact opposite, okay? He plays the villain in the movie. Let's get into the good, the bad. The action scenes are superb. It's beautiful. If you are an action head, you love action movies, you will love this movie. Okay, the action scenes are very different, they're unique. Not like you haven't seen them before, but when you combine the action scenes with the camera angles and the locations, it looks pretty unique to me. It's really good. This movie has some incredible location. I love how they incorporate the locations with the actions. The camera movement, oh boy. I love how the camera moves in this movie. Pretty dope camera movements while the action is happening. For me, when I watch movies, I normally don't pay attention to this type of stuff. In this movie, I was kind of forced to pay attention to it because it looks so cool. The camera movements, the location, action scenes. One thing that I absolutely love in this movie is Chris Evans. I don't know if I'm being biased just because I like him as Captain America. The whole time I was watching the movie, me and my wife, we was calling him Captain America. I felt like he did such an amazing job. The way he didn't act like Captain America, he acted like a total different person. I know he's an actor, that's what he's supposed to do. You know how like sometimes it's hard for you to see an actor play another role? But that wasn't the case for him. You know, when I watched the movie, I actually kind of like believed his character. I can't believe this guy actually played Captain America. He barely cursed, right? He was a goody two-shoe, and now he's like the opposite, the villain. He has the most personality in the movie. He did an amazing job. Like I said, I kept calling him Captain America throughout the movie, but he didn't act nothing like Captain America. He still had the same face, but his persona, his mannerisms, completely changed throughout the entire movie. I kind of like seeing him that way. It just showed me how versatile his acting skills are. Because there are a lot of A-list actors that cannot play another role. I don't know if it's because Hollywood won't give them another role. One of the biggest actors ever, Denzel Washington. It's kind of hard to see Denzel Washington play a comedy role or play a role that's kind of like the opposite of what he plays. Like for example, like Kevin Hart. It's kind of hard to take Kevin Hart seriously. He actually did one movie where he was serious, but at the same time, I still kind of looked at him as Kevin Hart. But with Chris Evans, his whole entire persona changed. It was pretty amazing. Another thing that I like in the movie is some of the dialogue. This movie don't have that much dialogue. There's not too much talking in it. It's pretty much action. In the movie, they'll say something or they'll say a phrase or a word and then they'll go back to it. Okay, this is just an example because it didn't happen in the movie. Let's just say one of the characters in the movie said, "I'll see you tomorrow." Again, they will go back to that same phrase. All right, something will happen and then the person will come back again and the person will say, "I told you I'll see you tomorrow." So I kind of like that. Once you watch the movie, you will kind of know what I'm talking about. Okay, so we already talked about the good stuff. Let's get into the bad things. I don't really like talking about the bad stuff, but we gotta get into it because it's a review. I gotta tell you the good and the bad. To me, the character did not have too much personality. Me, that was my biggest problem when it came to the movie. The character was cool when it came to him being an action star. And of course, it's not his fault, it's not the character's fault because that's how they wrote him. But the character, the Six, he was very stoic in the movie. He didn't show that much emotion. And even when he's doing something heroic, it's still hard to connect with him. You know, in my opinion, every time I watch him, I like all the cool stuff that he's doing when he's shooting, when he's hitting somebody. It just looks cool. The character actually explained his story in the movie. He explained why he's like that. But there was a scene where he was with a woman. The woman is kind of like his sidekick, right? So she asks, you know, why should I help you? You know, why are you like this? Or, you know, something like that. You will know what I'm talking about because this is a spoil-free review. I don't want to get too much into it. But when you watch the movie, you will definitely know what I'm talking about. in the movie, he actually explained why he's like that. Even though he explained it and he told his backstory, I still didn't care. A lot of the characters didn't have that much personality. The other characters was pretty flat. There was one guy where his name was Avik in the movie. He was pretty cool though. He didn't talk much. He was more of a fighter, a very good fighter. You will see it. His name is Avik. He was a very great fighter. He wasn't in the movie for that long. I wish he was in the movie the whole time because I felt like he was very interesting. But even with him, he didn't have too much dialogue, like I said. Nobody in the movie really had much of a personality except for Lloyd, aka Chris Evans. The story was good. I think it was okay, but it was very hard to invest fully in the story. Other than that, it was pretty good. Other than that, I know I just said that, but at the same time, it was an amazing movie. I would really recommend this movie for people that like action movies. If you don't like action movies, I don't think you should watch that movie at all. If you don't care about action and you pretty much are more driven by story, then you're not gonna enjoy this movie too much. But for me, I loved it. I loved the movie because I'm an action head. I used to love watching the Jet Li movies, Jackie Chan, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I know I pronounced his name wrong. Steven Stallone, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yeah, I'm old school. I love watching those type of action movies. And if you're into those type of movies, you're going to definitely love that movie. Overall, I'll give this movie a 7 out of 10. That's pretty good. Pretty dope movie, action-packed thriller. I felt like the main character, the Six, is an action star, but I wish I felt more connected to him. I think that's how they just wanted him to portray his character. It would have been cool if he had way more emotions than that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This is my review for The Gray Man. I was pleasantly surprised how much I enjoyed it. You know, if you didn't like the movie, leave it in the comments. Tell me why you didn't like it. If you love the movie, leave that in the comments as well. You know, I would love to talk to you about that as well. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. My name is Edgy, and I'm out.